Hey everybody, today we are going to be making this beautiful card. I love it so much. It's featuring the In Good Taste suite in the annual catalog, and it's specifically featuring the designer series paper and that embossing folder in petal pink and gray granite. To get started with this card, what we're going to need is the Tasteful Touches stamp set using these two punches specifically, using the Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder, the gray granite shimmer ribbon, gray granite ink and petal pink ink, the everyday label punch, some scrap pieces of paper, and then we'll have the measurements for all of the cardstock on our blog post, so make sure you go over there and check it out. But let's start assembling. To make things a little bit faster for the video, what I did is I embossed using the Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder, our petal pink paper. So you just run that through your machine, and then we're going to adhere that onto the card base. Next, I'm going to adhere my designer series paper onto the gray granite pieces of paper. And now that we have the designer series paper on, we're going to adhere these pieces onto the card base. First, I'm going to adhere this smaller piece to the bigger one. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to adhere it to the card base using Stampin' Dimensionals. Okay, now that I have that done, what we're going to do next is we're going to stamp the You Are So Special in gray granite ink on a scrap piece of Whisper white paper. And I'm going to punch this out using the everyday label punch. And then while I still have this punch out, I'm going to punch out from the gray granite cardstock. Now that I have my sentiment stamped, we're going to go in with some petal pink ink and we're going to take the textured stamp. And we're going to do a second generation stamp. So we stamp off and then we're just going to stamp along the edges. And with that scrap piece of gray granite that we punched out, we're going to cut it in half. And then we're going to adhere the top and the bottom of those pieces to our sentiment. And we're going to adhere our sentiment onto the front of the card. I'm going to put half of the dimensionals over on this side and just use the Stampin' Seal on the other. And to finish things off, we're going to make a little bow using that shimmer ribbon in gray granite. Now I'm going to use our bow maker. And now that I got my bow all done, we're just going to add it on using a glue dot. And there you have it. That's our card for this Make It in Minutes Monday. If you like this card, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. You can also find all of the measurements and supplies on our blog at stampingbay.com/blog. If you really want to see more videos like this in the future, make sure that you hit that subscribe button also on YouTube and hit that bell notification so that way you can get notifications every Monday that we make a card in 5 minutes. Thanks for joining us.